Hey guys, it's Edwin here, and today I'm going to talk about something totally different. We've been talking about toxic relationships every now and then, so today I want to talk about something at least which will bring a smile in your face and talk about something that's possible for you once you heal. You see, having a healthy relationship is not an easy thing to have nowadays, to be honest. In fact, even for myself, every time I walk around or I interact with some of my married friends or some of my friends who have relationships, there's just this clear feeling that someone is just in that relationship because they have to be. It's like they have no option. They just settle for less because they have to do it. And having a committed relationship is seen as a stage in life in such a way that we've even normalized dysfunctional relationship because we feel that everyone else is in it. Like we see everyone in a dysfunctional relationship, that we even feel that being in a dysfunctional relationship is a normal thing, so I just also want to be in it. Our parents may probably have been in a dysfunctional relationship, and we find ourselves using them as a baseline of determining if a relationship is healthy or not. And when we have these deeply held beliefs of how relationships are supposed to be, then it will be hard for us to break free from those unhealthy relationship patterns even in our adult lives. The root of those beliefs will of course depend on your environment and your upbringing. For example, if you were raised in an environment where you viewed relationships, or you were constantly told that relationships are places where two people fight each other on a daily basis but still stay in that same house without resolving those issues permanently, then if you do not get the necessary exposure or to new environments, you will just know that all relationships are like battlegrounds, and they are supposed to be that way, just fighting constantly and not resolving the issues and pushing the issues to the next day. We may have this knowledge that relationships are not easy, and we may even try to avoid relationships, but because of our social nature, we still have that powerful desire and need to be in a successful partnership. That's why one of the foundational pieces should be learning about how a healthy relationship looks like, so that you do not find yourself in a situation where you are feeling stressed all the time and you don't even know why. Also, if you don't learn about or understand healthy relationships, you may think that you are in a healthy relationship, but you find yourself so unhappy as you try to fix the unfixable. Like you are in a relationship which you think is healthy, but you find yourself so stressed all the time that you always think that there's something wrong with you, and maybe the problem is the relationship in itself. It's not healthy. That's why it's good to really understand healthy relationships. Not from the perspective of your environment, but from the perspective of how you have a relationship with yourself. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 12 signs of a healthy relationship. The first sign of a healthy relationship is healthy communication. A healthy relationship is a place where two people communicate with each other in a healthy and honest way. Healthy communication here means like a two-way street where both parties should be able to express themselves openly and listen to one another even when the conversation is unpleasant. This also means that you give each other space to deeply listen to one another, not just listening to agree or to disagree, but just listening with the intention of understanding what the other party is trying to communicate. This healthy communication will allow someone to feel heard and prevents unnecessary misunderstanding, and it even leads to a deeper connection between the two of you. It's more of giving someone your full attention and them reciprocating by giving you their full attention when you are communicating with one another. Another factor is trust. Trust is a foundational piece for every relationship. Trust here means that your partner is someone who you can rely on, who you can confide on, and who you feel safe around, and you don't need to build a wall around yourself. A healthy relationship should be a place where you can be vulnerable and open up without any fear that your partner may hurt you, or your partner may use what you are communicating to them against you, especially when it comes to toxic relationships. And trust here doesn't mean that your partner will always be 100% and will never make mistakes or break promises. We should always have a small room for genuine mistakes and not have so much expectations on our partners. Like in a healthy relationship, trust will always fluctuate, but we understand that and we are also willing to address those issues in a healthy manner. Like trust will fluctuate, but we are also willing to address those issues which affect our trust in a healthy manner, not running away from them. The other factor is growth. A healthy relationship is where you come out as a better person than when you got into the relationship. It's a place of growth, not regression or stagnation. Growth here means that you are developing physically, mentally, and spiritually. It's more like look at that healthy relationship as a fertile ground where everyone blossoms to be the best version of themselves. It's a place where two people challenge, encourage, and bring out the best out of each other without someone feeling threatened or despised. It should not be like a competition where you are competing with your partner to see who will get better or who will get more of this and this. It should be just more of a partnership where you hold each other's hands and run that race together. Grow together. A healthy relationship is also a place where you can be yourself at all times. You shouldn't be pretending to be someone just so as to fit in. No. It's more of just you have to drop that mask and just bring out that naked and tainted self of the relationship. It's not just about the upper level stuff of just acting nice. No, just bring out the deeper level stuff. Do not try to be something else so that you can impress your partner. Because actually, in many relationships, people put on this mask as they try to make their partners happy. Yet deep down, they really don't like what they are doing. And being yourself might mean at times saying no to what your partner is telling you just because you genuinely feel that it's not your thing. Even if it's upset your partner a little bit, at least you are being yourself. One other thing is, being yourself doesn't mean that you deny your shortcomings. No, it just means that you acknowledge that those shortcomings are there and you are finding a way to work on them without hiding them. Being yourself also doesn't mean that you do as you wish. No, you do it, but you consider your partner's feelings towards it. It's more of just finding that middle ground in the big decisions you are making or in the big actions you are making in the relationship. In short, a healthy relationship should be a place where you can be yourself at all times without trying to be something you are not. The other factor of a healthy relationship is respect. A healthy relationship is a place where you deeply respect one another. Respect here means that you deeply admire and accept your partner for who they are, even if they have different opinions or interests from your own. You view each other as unique individuals and you understand that both of you may not like the same thing, but you still have that genuine delight in what your partner values or in your partner's interest. The respect you have for them should not also come out as forced, something like, I respect them because I'm married to them. I respect them because he or she is my boyfriend. It should just come so natural as an aspect of your love. And also, when you find yourself disagreeing on something, you disagree but in a respectful manner without allowing your differences to come between the two of you. Now that's a healthy relationship. Respect coming as a result of love, not as a result of duty. Another aspect of a healthy relationship is taking responsibility. Each one of you should take full ownership for their behaviors and actions without throwing the blame to the other partner. Ownership here means that you genuinely accept the mistakes and you take the steps towards correcting it. If it's an apology, it should be a genuine one, it's not a fake apology, and it should be followed by changed behavior or correct action. In a healthy relationship, you should be fully committed to seeing through to your promises to the best of your capacity. And when you cannot see through to the promises, at least you apologize in a genuine way and not use that apology as a scapegoat for your under delivery. Another main aspect of a healthy relationship is understanding each other's needs. You need to understand the needs of your partner and your own needs. And you need to be also able to communicate your needs clearly without the normal assuming that your partner should know. Most times we assume that our partners can read our minds and just know what we need instead of just clearly communicating our needs and our deep desires. This is the key in every relationship, as if you cannot meet your partner's needs or your partner's non-negotiables, the relationship will not work. That's why this needs to happen mostly like early on in the relationship so that you can determine if you can meet them or not. Needs are those non-negotiables or boundaries that someone cannot compromise on. We have to be okay with pouring to those needs. These needs can be like intimacy, security, warmth, affection, sexual needs, all those kind of needs which your partner needs or which you also need. Also, a healthy relationship is where like you genuinely want to satisfy the needs of your partner without feeling as if you are doing it because you are at gunpoint. You satisfying the needs of your partner and your partner satisfying your needs should just come out as an expression of love, and it should not be forced. If it's forced, then that relationship is not healthy. Another factor is a healthy relationship should be a place where there is no bitterness or grudges from the past. It should be a place where you are emotionally present. It's more like you shouldn't carry your past emotional baggage into the relationship, because it will mean that you'll just be physically there, but emotionally and mentally you are still in the past. You should also not hold grudges against your partner, especially when you disagree on something. It's more like don't carry this deep bitterness within you as a form of revenge or as a form of waiting for the exact moment so that you can use it as a weapon. That's why complete forgiveness is a very foundational piece in every healthy relationship, because it unburdens you from the past hurts, which makes you fully available and present in the relationship. So if your partner did something to you like 3 weeks ago, in a healthy relationship, you resolve it and then you forgive them for that action and then you continue, but not carrying it so that you can weaponize it later on. This also means that you should work on your past relationship or childhood trauma so that you will not find yourself mostly unconsciously engaging in unhealthy behaviors that may hurt your partner. Because when we are still carrying trauma with us, we might find ourselves unconsciously engaging in behaviors which might hurt our partners without even us knowing, because it's just happening in the subconscious mind. Also, when you heal from past traumas and release the emotional baggage from the past, it will help you see the relationship for what it is presently and not from the perspective of your traumatized past. Because a relationship where you are not emotionally and mentally available is not a relationship at all, as it will lack the depth which a healthy relationship needs. Another factor is a healthy relationship shouldn't feel like one partner is putting gigantic effort to make things work or to make it work. It should have a kind of balance. It shouldn't feel like a one-sided affair where like one party is just putting consistent effort and the other party is doing nothing. This doesn't mean that it has to be 50-50 as people say. It might, because it might be different, it might be hard to really come up with that measure of 50-50, but at least someone should be feeling that there is some sort of dedication and there is some sort of equality without feeling that they are being enslaved or that they are doing everything in the relationship. A healthy relationship is where like someone does not take advantage of someone's kindness, but we are always ready to chip in and support each other. If someone also feels burdened with some task or responsibilities, they should safely communicate without keeping quiet about it, regardless of the traditional gender roles. Like, it shouldn't feel like a burden to one person and then the other person is just doing nothing. There should be a bit of a balance where at least everyone is carrying something. That's a healthy relationship. Another factor is a healthy relationship should be a place where there should be less external influence in the relationship. A healthy relationship is a place where you do not let the opinions of outside parties to constantly override your own. This involves, of course, not allowing each and every decision you make to be influenced by either your parents, social media, neighbors, or even friends. In a healthy relationship, you should first discuss with your partner about it without involving outside influence. Your partner should be like the first line of defense before you seek an opinion from someone else. When you have issues in the relationship, talk together about it first before just running to either your pastor or your friends before even talking together. Do not even Google before talking together, because the one you are having issues with is right there in front of you, and that's a healthy relationship. You will first sort it out, and when now you feel that you can't sort it out on your own, is when now you can seek help. Because if you listen to the outside parties most, it will mean that there will always be a lot of conflict, even unnecessary conflict, because you are not resolving your issues in a healthy manner. And also, outside parties will offer you biased opinion from their own understanding, because they also have their own relationship problems. So your partner should be your first line of defense, and do not let outside influence like override all the decisions in that relationship. That's a healthy relationship. Another factor is a healthy relationship should also have me time. Me time here means that you should give each other space outside the relationship. It's more like you should support each other's unique sense of autonomy. Of course, you might want to spend all the time together, especially early on in the relationship, but it's also good to understand that that partner of yours did have an independent life before the relationship. So it's good to give them that independence or that time away from the relationship. Like, give yourself like a day off just for someone to be with their friends or to be with their family or just to pursue their hobbies. Their me time can also be the time where they can take care of themselves and do whatever they want. In fact, like, having these kind of me time will prevent needless conflicts, which mostly arise when two people stay together for a long time. It will also break that boredom and bring about a sense of renewal in the relationship, because every time you see your partner after a break, it will be something new. So a healthy relationship should have breaks in between. A day, just for someone to do their own thing. One last sign of a healthy relationship is you should genuinely enjoy each other's company. A healthy relationship should be a place where you are able to enjoy each other's presence without having that feeling of wanting to avoid your partner or wanting to run away from your partner. And enjoying each other's company here doesn't simply mean just like watching a movie together or getting intimate or just doing something together. No, it also just means that just sitting down and just sharing or talking without even the need of distracting yourself. Of course, a healthy relationship is not like the current thing where you are with your partner and then you find yourself like just watching some funny TikTok videos or just scrolling IG, or you might even find yourself sending your partner a message via IG and your partner is in front of you. It should be more like enjoy each other's company as if there is no power, there is no electronics. Just laughing and talking, even when the topics are senseless. But there's just this deep attention. That's a healthy relationship. It's more of a foundation of friendship without pleasure taking over. Here's the thing. There are many signs of a healthy relationship to even address in one video. But one key thing about a healthy relationship is that it has depth. And that depth begins with you having a deep relationship with yourself. Don't expect yourself to have a healthy relationship when you are still anchored in the past or you are still carrying past hurts with you. That's why you've got to heal first so that you can bring your A game, or you can bring your full presence, that which is emotional and mental presence to the current relationship. And working on ourselves is not an easy thing, because it will push you to see those sides within yourself you've never wanted to explore, because healing is about exploring the deeper things within you which we don't want to explore. In fact, like, few people really do the hard work, and they might just sit there and pray for the heavens to bring the Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. The only formula is doing the inner work. if you want to stop being in those kind of not so bad relationships. Not so bad. I'm not saying even unhealthy or toxic. Not so bad. It's just a relationship, but it's just there. It's lacking no depth. It's a relationship which lacks the foundation to blossom to be something better. That's why we have to understand that the foundation of any relationship, any healthy relationship is you. And that foundation is more of a mirror of your inner world. You will hear everyone shouting that there are no good men, there are no good women, but at times they also forget that they also have to check inwards within themselves to see if they are also the kind of partners they are looking for. Because here is a funny one. If you bring someone who's saying that there are no good women and someone who's saying that there are no good men, it's not that they will have a healthy relationship. No. They won't. It doesn't work that way. That's why one great question we can always ask ourselves is what I'm seeking for in another human being or in my partner. Do I have these things deep within me? That's actually the question which can really set you free and can really open up healthy relationships in your life. Yeah, there's more to relationships to be just covered in one video, and probably I'll cover something on conscious dating or dating with intention or dating to attract healthy relationships in future, as well as how to attract healthy relationships. And I'm not talking about law of attraction like just singing and affirmations. No, I'm just talking about the deep stuff which will make you feel a bit angry or a bit uncomfortable, but that's the way it is. You should get a bit uncomfortable so that you can really get out of that comfort zone and work on yourself and heal. And these videos are just pieces of knowledge, and however you consume 1,000 or even 1,000,000 videos, at the end of the day, you just have to go inwards. There's no other way. That's it from me, guys, and hope you've enjoyed this. Have a nice afternoon.